Hi, welcome to this short presentation. Before you click anywhere, let me tell you your views on business and industry are going to change forever. My name is Maury Langshaw, and I'm an author, a coach, a speaker, and a mentor. And I started out my career as a network marketer straight out of college in a company called Amway. After knowing nothing about the industry, nothing how to build it or anything, no mentorship, I stepped aside from that business and went to get my license. I needed a job. So I got licensed as a stockbroker, financial advisor. I got my Series 7, 63, 6 life and health license and became a financial advisor to many wealthy clients, working for one of the largest brokerage firms in the world, actually, a company called Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. And after realizing that I really wanted to be an entrepreneur, I left Morgan Stanley to start my own financial services company. The problem was I didn't know how to market. I knew how to pick a stock or do a portfolio for many clients, diversification, asset allocation. I knew that. But what I didn't know was how to market. So I failed miserably at being an entrepreneur for my new financial services company. One thing I noticed about all my clients, though, is that they all had real estate holdings. They weren't making the bulk of their money in real estate. They all had their traditional businesses, but they all had real estate. So I decided to get my real estate license and sell real estate. So I became a real estate agent, eventually the owner of a brokerage. And after the real estate crash and the mortgage crisis, I didn't know where my future held, so I needed to do something. And I went back to my roots. I always had my toe in the water, never got out. So I went back to my roots of being professional network marketing. Let me explain to you why that's important. Network marketing over the years and decades has had such a negative connotation to it. And I always wondered why that is. The answer was simple. Many people got involved in network marketing business and didn't know anything about it. The scary thought is that they thought they did. They started teaching people how to become successful without even knowing anything about it. So it trickled down and trickled down, and everyone realized that only a certain few were making any money. Soon after, it was the worst business to be in. Well, I'm here to tell you, shame on you. Let me go into their ways to make money. We're going to step aside from specifically talking about network marketing for a minute and talk about business in general. There's only two ways to make money. Yes, only two. One is manufacturing, and the other is distribution. Nothing else, nothing more. And many people may say, no, 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 no. There's still real estate, there's still IT, and there's still internet marketing, etc., etc. Well, if you understand what I'm about to talk about, then you'll understand that they're all derivatives of these two. And if you truly understand that, you are well ahead of the guys who think differently. Now, manufacturing simply means making the product from scratch. From there, you may sell it to wholesalers or the first line middlemen, but the point is it's made from an original source. Distribution is simply taking that product that's manufactured and selling it to others. The sales cycle usually starts with the wholesalers, and wholesalers sell it to the retailers. Thus, the sales cycle begins. Now let's talk about that sales cycle. It works like this. Let's say you're making a widget and it costs $1 to manufacture. The wholesaler buys the widget for $1.50. The manufacturer makes 50-cent profit, and the wholesaler has a product in its inventory. The wholesaler now sells the product to different retailers for, let's say, $2. The wholesaler's made a profit of 50 cents as well. Now the retailer has a product in its inventory. Now I, as a consumer, walk into a store and I buy the product for, let's say, $4. The retailer has now made a profit of $2 and is selling the widget like hotcakes. In order for the retailer to make more money, he opens another store. When he does that, the demand for the widget doubles and triples or quadruples. Now the wholesaler's demand doubles and triples or quadruples, thus making the manufacturers produce double, triple, or quadruple. Everyone is making more money. Now the retailer opens another store and another store and another store, thousands of stores to distribute the widget. The retailer now has leveraged itself by producing multiple stores. The profits and money doesn't come without massive liability. For example, the employees, the insurance, the stores, the real estate leases. But the distribution channel is in place. Let me ask you, do you know how McDonald's became a billion-dollar company? Not by opening one gigantic McDonald's in the middle of the country. They became a billion-dollar company by opening thousands of stores all around the world on the most valuable pieces of real estate there is. Ray Kroc understood distribution and real estate for that matter. Do you know how Coca-Cola became a billion-dollar company? Not by building one gigantic Coca-Cola store in the middle of the country. And this may be to your surprise, not by distributing Coca-Cola to almost every retail restaurant in the country. The answer, Coca-Cola became a billion-dollar company by putting Coca-Cola vending machines not on every corner, but on every floor of every office building in the country. There are millions upon millions of Coca-Cola vending machines around the world, thus creating a billion-dollar company. Coca-Cola understood distribution. To take the distribution model to another level, let's look at Domino's Pizza. There are already a handful of pizzerias around the country, doing millions upon millions in sales with many storefronts. So the pizzeria industry understood distribution. Domino's took it to another level by not only setting up stores like the rest of them, but by bringing your pizza directly to wherever you wanted it delivered, and in 30 minutes or less to boot. Now the model has shifted to every corner of the country, not just as retail stores, but how many retailers nowadays deliver. So let's recap. You have the people that make the product or service, called the manufacturers, and they sell it to the people who are going to distribute it, called the distributors. You have the retailers out there selling it to consumers, all for markups. That's a great model, and everyone is happy. Now, with so many retailers selling the same thing, enter into marketing, advertising, and branding. Companies do these things to get customers to buy their products and services, thus increasing the markup. Most consumers shop by price first, then are loyal to the brand, with being a distant second. So if a consumer can get a pair of jeans from XYZ company for 20 bucks versus 30 from ABC company, most consumers are going to go with XYZ company. So the companies battle it out, trying to create a loyal customer base no matter the price point. This makes price irrelevant in the eyes of capitalism. So if you price condition your product or service well enough and long enough, the price will never matter. So let's talk about marketing first. What companies realize is that how you market the product or service became vital. Some companies were great at it, and some companies were not so great. The ones that were not so great are out of business today, even though they had the greatest product. The only problem with traditional marketing is that it made a one-time sale. If a company wasn't good at branding, then it would make a bunch of one-time sales. Companies started to think, we need return customers. That is why companies advertise on TV. Do you really think Verizon, for example, needs more customers? Or AT&T needs more customers? No way. They advertise on TV because they're desperate to keep the customers they currently have. Not advertise on TV to They advertise on TV to let their existing customers know that they're on TV representing something the consumer already owns and should keep forever. Enter in leverage now. Even if a company that is started by one person, that one person wants to hire the best in order to leverage the entire operation. This is where you have one person doing the operations of the company and another person doing the marketing for the company and another person doing the finances for the company and another person doing the sales for the company, etc., etc., etc. The one owner could never do all these things and still manufacture or distribute the actual product for the company. Here's what companies came to realize. It started with a company called Nutrilite in the 1940s. Relationship marketing was the most powerful marketing known to man. Consumers were much more willing to buy a product or service that was recommended by someone they trust versus seeing a commercial on TV. Not only that, the consumer was much more likely to keep and reuse and rebuy the product from a trustworthy person. An entire industry was born. Network marketing understood the power of distribution and the power of relationship marketing. People were making money hand over fist, and so was the company. They could cut out all the traditional forms of advertising that cost millions. Then came the concept of leverage. And here's the concept that big companies have always done. They just open more stores. So a network marketing company says, we should bring on more distributors. The more distributors mean that there will be more sales, and that happened and sales kept coming. But a network marketing company always wanted more and more distributors selling. They would hire more and more distributors. Instead of a network marketing company going out there recruiting more and more distributors themselves, they say, let's have the distributors bring more and more distributors, and we'll pay the distributors for bringing on people. The concept met with much resistance on a federal level, but eventually rules and laws were passed to make it legit. Now you have the ultimate form of leverage and distribution. You had distributors selling a product to every consumer everywhere, on every corner of every sidewalk of every living room in the world. That's the potential of network marketing. People walking around distributing your product or service. Imagine if Coca-Cola could have a vending machine walk around and give people their product or service when they were thirsty. I know it sounds ridiculous, but how much more money would Coca-Cola make? That's why the first network marketing company to do this on a massive scale was the American Way Corporation, known today as Amway. From the traditional business model of manufacturing, distribution, marketing, leverage, consumer retention, network marketing conquered it all. So if you want to turn a nose up at network marketing, you really should do your homework on how capitalism works and how people become wealthy. On a much more personal level, think about why you go to work at your job or why you started the mom and pop shop. Think about why you decided to sell for a living or versus being confined to a desk. Think about why you do what you do to earn income. In the end, it's all about time freedom to do what you want to do. Owners of companies slave to build a business. Salespeople work around the clock to make a sale. Employees spend 1/3 of their day in a place they would rather not be. Network marketers build a distribution network of people that walk around selling products and services all day, every day, all around the world. So you mean to tell me you don't want an army of people creating ultimate leverage like that for you? On a much more personal level, this is how a network marketer and a network marketing organization look. This, however, is the traditional American. Or how about this? They're stressed out about their job, they're stressed about their income, they're concerned about their financial futures. You don't want to be this guy or this girl, or even this person. You definitely don't want to be this guy because you'll be totally stressed out. So here's what I want you to do. Enter your name and email in a box that looks just like this below. You'll be taken to a webinar presentation that's approximately 20 to 25 minutes, but it's going to change your life. You want to watch this presentation because I almost guarantee that this is going to change someone's life forever. If you ever wanted to make more money on a part-time basis or full-time basis, it doesn't even matter. Or if you ever thought to yourself you just want to do something great, then you want to enter your name and email below. You'll be taken to a webinar presentation that is about 20 minutes long that's going to change your life forever on a company that is doing necessity selling, really, and is producing a residual income second to none. So again, enter your name and email below and you'll be taken to the webinar presentation that's going to change someone's life forever. Thank you. Have a great day. Be blessed.